Hi everybody, see you again in this video. Today we will mention about the rule or regulation of samadhi. There are four, normally more than that. Some schools have more than this one. Some schools has less than this. But my way, there are four because this is the main four. Why we have to have rules or regulation for samadhi? In every country there are laws, there are rules for the people to follow. The purpose of rule is to protect interests, to protect people. So in samadhi is the same. The rule that we set is not just for restriction, but is to ensure, to make sure that the people gain something from what they are doing. Because against this rule, against this regulation, you will fail as the result. The penalty is very high. The penalty is you will fail. So what is the rule? As I mentioned last video, there are four, but today I will mention only the first one. What is the first one? First one is no forcing. When you practice, you don't force. The second is no thinking. The third one is no questions. The fourth one is no excitement. Today only no forcing. What is forcing? Forcing is happen for the people who have purpose. Why that's so when you need a car, you strike hard, working hard, keep money, save every single cent until you gain enough money, and then you go buy car. It's good, right? Normally, if we talking about the world, this kind of purpose have a good result. But samadhi is something, it's just like go against the world in a different way. Because the world teach you to struggle, but samadhi is the way for you to rest. It's the opposite one. So when you use this worldly way into samadhi, then you fail. Why we have to forcing? We forcing because expectation. We work, we expect something like this, expect car, expect happiness that come from all of that thing that we need. We use materials or use something. We expect that and we strive hard to get that one. In the outside world, it's work like that. But inside, the way to practice samadhi is a different way. Working is one point. You gain money as a result, as the outcome. But the samadhi is the happiness you gain is require nothing but yourself and nothing at all. Because it's very, very simple thing in this world, easiest thing in this world, but under the requirement as you have to act according to the standard of samadhi itself. So, expectation is the enemy of samadhi, while expectation is the first step for the world. So, what is expectation work in samadhi? When you are sitting and you need result, what happens? The first is the stress or tension is the outcome of that expectation. But in samadhi, what we require is relaxation, the first step, as I mentioned. Because sitting in samadhi is to reach happiness inside. So the easiest, the shortest way to reach happiness is relaxation. Because as I mentioned, stress attention is the further one from happiness. Closer one is normal, and closer is relaxation. So relaxation is the first requirement for the samadhi. So when you have expectation, The outcome is you start to strive hard, you use different way to gain the result. So what is the outcome? The outcome is you fail at the first task. You have to waste a lot of time until the mind to calm down. You have to spend a lot of time to the body to relax. So again, the first rule only slow your progress and fail the result. So that's why expectation shouldn't have when you practice. What is that mean? It mean, as I mentioned last video, if you need fire, thing you need to do is 5 matches, striking strip, striking strip, and you use your hand to make the fire. If you do it right, you get it. If you do it wrong, you cannot get the fire as you want. So in samadhi, the same rule is that is relaxation first. But if you have expectation, expect to find peace, expect to find happiness, you start with the wrong way. Because the wrong way have to start from zero. The zero is closer to relaxation. So when the forcing come, expectation come, you will wait for it. It means the stress attention is your friend at the end. So that's why many people fail to follow this step. Even they know this kind of rule exists in samadhi, that still fail. Why is that so? It it be like this. I have to use one word is about behavior, habit. How the habit come when you do something, the similar things many times. For the example, if you smoke like 10 times, first time you just started to smoke 10 times, it's okay. You can stop, you can start again. It's not just like one of your life. You can throw it away anytime. But after 10 times, you become used to smoke. After 100 times, it becomes your behavior. When you miss smoking one day, you feel like, I miss something in my life. It's not you missing smoking, but what you miss is behavior. The way you do many times until it becomes your behavior. You miss it, you feel like you lost something. So expectation is the same. When you outside world, you work, they teach you to do something like this 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, until it becomes your behavior. Every time you do something, you expect something in return. It's a good thing for the world, but in samadhi, you have to get rid of this. Because in samadhi, you only do it right. What is doing right? Relax the body, relax the mind, act according to the tools or the way to practice. And then the outcome will come out eventually. You don't need to expect anything. The right word that you should use about no forcing is do it right, you get it. Or why you have to expect anything when you do it right, you get it. So the proper way of this kind of forcing, the proper one should be do your best and let the rest be. It means no expectation, you only do accordingly to the requirement in samadhi. So today we learning about the first regulation in samadhi. So thanking for watching. We will come again for the second in the next video.